Hello lovely friends all over the world, how are you doing? So I'm just slipping in another super duper quickie before this year is out. I thought when I put out the New Year's video, or months, thoughts on month 44, that was it. However, I have to slip this one in today because finally, after I think it's been 18-20 days, something like that, I finally had post again. Yay! So the other half of my Christmas has arrived, and I thought, well, goodness me, I've got to share it in 2020. I've got to share it this year because literally tomorrow, new year, clean slate, get on with other things. So I just want to quickly share a few bits and pieces with you. Okay, we'll come to these last because that will take us nicely into next year. Can you tell what it is yet? So, a plethora of Christmas cards. You know, they're really late. Obviously they are. Some of them were postmarked for the 3rd of December. Better late than never. Now, I've literally just raced through opening everything, so I haven't read cards properly yet. I'm going to have to take my speckies off for this, aren't I? The joy is I've got a little hour window this morning before I need to be doing other things. So rest assured, in that hour I'm going to be relishing just being in the moment with all of your lovely words. But, oh, I love this one. This is from M. Where is M? Not sure, but I'm guessing North America, because look, it's raccoons. Beautiful little animals. We don't have raccoons here. And you know what, even though I've taken my decorations down by now, I'm always like that. A couple of days after Christmas, I get it all taken down and put away because I'm ready to start another year, because I'm ready to start growing and sowing again. But I'm going to make an exception this year because these arrived so late. I want to have them out. I want to see them for a few days. That one's from Linda up in Scotland. Thank you so much, Linda Penny. Oh, Anne Scott from Scotland. I don't think yours is amongst them, but honestly there was such a huge pile this morning. I'm thinking maybe some more will come at some point. That one from Elaine. Thank you, lovely. And what's lovely is they've all got notes in them, messages, bits to read. So I'm going to really, really enjoy, like I said, curling up in a minute to have a read. This one from Amy. Was ever a card more pertinent than this one this year? And this, I love this. It's a charity one. It's been sold in aid of UNICEF. That, I think, is probably going to make its way to the shed to go on the pin board, because it's not... Peace on Earth is not just for Christmas, is it? It's for every single day. And then this one, and I made a note, isn't this card sweet, little postcard? That sort of, I don't know, it sort of sums things up for me in a way, doesn't it? It's the cats, the birds, a view out to the garden. This came from Charlotte in Sweden, and there's a lovely, I can't wait for this, properly, I'm not going to show because I don't know what's in it, but a properly lovely long letter. Thank you, Charlotte. This is a lovely one. Holly, hey Holly, but more importantly, hey Rupert, hey Hector, hi Toby. This is from Holly, who is the mum of Rupert, and I've spoken about Rupert before. He was one of my patients at Great Ormond Street, doing great guns now. And she's mentioned in this, she sent it via my PO box. I need to send her my personal address, but she mentioned in it that we were hoping this year, it's one of those things that is a shame about, the pandemic. We were hoping to meet up and have a long weekend spent together at the Transplant Games, where, well, I was hoping to see Rupert do the 100-metre dash and trounce everybody else. But yeah, when we're still nurses, we're not officially allowed to be in contact with our families outside of work. It's kind of frowned upon. There is a boundary, of course there is. But the minute I quit nursing and handed back my NMC kind of validation, whatever it is, from that moment it's like, I'm no longer a nurse, I'm a civvy, I can do what I want, I can be in touch with who I want. And it's been a joy, it's been an absolute joy to be in touch with Holly and to see sort of photographs and get updates to see how Rupert and his little brother Hector are doing. So, hey guys, I hope you had a good Christmas. This is a lovely one, it kind of goes up, this is from Vrenny. I haven't read the message, again, I haven't read any of these yet, I've literally just torn them open as an excited kid because today there's other things to do, but I just really wanted to get stuck in a bit. But this is so sweet, can you see? It's a fabric. How perfect for someone who loves her textiles. This is all bits of fabric, stuck down, sewn down, a scrap card. I love that, thank you. Oh, and this one from Nona, of this beautifully wintry scene. Isn't that gorgeous? Yeah, we still haven't had snow. I knew it wouldn't happen. Oh, and then I've got these all from family with the usual sort of like family newsletter in. Oh, and this is, oh, I love this. So this is from my Uncle Michael. So he was married to my Auntie Heather. My Auntie Heather is my mum's sister. There's just the two of them. Auntie Heather, I'm so sad to say that she had breast cancer. She didn't survive it. So Uncle Michael is not a blood relative, but he was married to one of the best people I've ever known in my whole life, my Auntie Heather. And for Christmas, he has bought me... I love this. I love this so much. My Christmas present from my Uncle Michael is seed potatoes for a family in Ethiopia. I'm going to cry. That's the best present ever, isn't it? Oh. You know, we all have enough. We all have enough. Let's make sure someone else has it. Oh, well, I wasn't expecting that. Cheers, Uncle Michael. But yeah, family Christmas cards with all the family newsletters in from all the different strands of the family. That's my cousin Ben, the one I was telling you about, who makes green oak buildings. He's the brother of my cousin Naomi. They are the sons and daughters of Uncle Michael. You don't need to know my whole family history, but yeah, loads. Oh, that's a sweet card. Oh, that's it, really adorable. Isn't that gorgeous? That's from my stepsister. Lovely. I must give her, I was going to say I must give her a call. I can't give her a call, she's deaf. We have to do it all in writing. Then there was a parcel which needed unwrapping. I don't know who it's from. I've got an idea, so I'll be in touch. But that's me talking about giving to other people, like seed potatoes to a family in Ethiopia, which is great, but I'm really pleased with this. Do you remember when I was trying to spend my tenner on treats, I wanted a jigsaw puzzle? Yeah. Isn't that fab? How many pieces? 1,000 pieces. It's called A Christmas Carriage. I don't care that it's a Christmas scene. I'm more than happy to do this over the coming weeks. What are the measurements? I need to measure it because I need to work out... Oh, there we are. 68 by 49 centimetres. I think the sewing table is too small, so I'll swap it with the kitchen table because the kitchen table extends. I'll bring the kitchen table in the living room I'll put the sewing table in the kitchen and I can use that for the computer desk stuff. And have a play with this. Yay! It's funny actually, obviously I've spoken to my mum over Christmas and she's been given a jigsaw too. And when she was telling me about it, I was like, oh, I'm so jealous. I really want a jigsaw. But she was laughing. When did we speak? I think it was Boxing Day. She said she can't even get the edge completed. She said it's really difficult. The scene is the scene of an allotment garden, but it's in it's very impressionistic, broad strokes. There's no clear definition. Anyway, last time I spoke to her, she hadn't even done the edges. Mum, I'm gonna beat you. And I think hers is 500 pieces. Oh no, there's a challenge. Can I do 1,000 pieces before my mum does 500? And then finally, because this is going to be a real quickie today, my first lots of seeds have arrived. So, do you remember back at, I think it was the end of November, I was talking about various different seed companies that specialise in organic seeds, and I want to go over to those companies because my previous company is doing less and less organic and they're owned by a non-organic company, blah, whatever. I want to support the smaller companies this year. I want to support the truly organic companies. And I think in a way that's sort of my message to myself and everyone is, you know, if this year's taught us anything, it's that those smaller companies, they've got much less of a buffer financially when things go wrong. So yes, let us support them. You probably won't have noticed because it's not something I draw attention to very often, but I used to do Amazon associate affiliate links, whatever they're called, where, you know, if I'm describing a book, I'll do a link to it where you can buy it and, oh, you buy it and I make 1p or 0.001p, whatever. I've ditched that. That went in, I think it was in November. I decided, no, it's completely against all my ethics to support a company like Amazon. So, you know, sometimes it's useful, of course it is. But anyway, never mind all that. Oh, it's going slightly neg, don't mean to. So I've got various companies. Now the only thing with, I think I've gone with 4 different companies this year. The only thing with doing that is I've had to pay 4 lots of postage. So it's cost a bit more because of that. But on the other hand, like I said, I kind of see that as being a really healthy thing to do for these companies. I'd rather support them than not. So I've got my first few. I won't show all of them to you. We'll come to this during the year, but I've got my first few from Vital Seeds. I've got in this packet, this is my first lot from the Seed Cooperative, who I've used time and time again. Really like them. Oh yes, more fennel. Love my fennel. There's more. There's another. I also have some coming from Tamar Organics. My seed potatoes are coming from Tamar Organics. Anyway, more about the seeds as we go through the year, and you will see. When am I going to do it? Not tomorrow. I've got to work out my times. I'm a day ahead in videos, but anyway, very early into the new year, you'll see I'm starting a whole new series I'm aiming to run throughout the whole year called What to Sow in ... that particular month. So we'll talk more and look more at seeds as and when the time comes. So that's it. It was just, like I say, a super duper quickie before I get on with other things. I've got lots of lovely things to think about and do today. So this really is cheerio, the last time in 2020. And the next time I see you, it really will be next year. So safe travels through New Year's Eve to you all. Enjoy popping a cork. Oh! And the other thing I hadn't mentioned the other day was, of course, Big Ben is going to be striking this year for the first time in, how long has it been quiet? 4 years? There's been a huge restoration. We say Big Ben. Big Ben is the bell. It's not the actual tower that you see when you come to London to do your sightseeing. That's the Elizabeth Tower. It's been under restoration for years. This year, and I just think this is somehow really special that they've got it done in time to ring in a new year where I hope that we're all feeling much more hopeful and much more positive for the year to come. So on that note, dong, dong, dong. I hope some of you will hear the chimes tonight at the same time that I'll be hearing them, and we can think of each other as we hear them. But that's it for 2020. Now I can really say, see you next year, guys. Look after yourselves. See you soon.